When you manage procurement for multiple facilities, every order matters. But when it's for a hospital system, they matter even more. Grainger gets it and knows there's no time for managing multiple suppliers and no room for shipping delays. That's why Grainger offers millions of products in fast, dependable delivery, so you can keep your facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When the insurance company doesn't pay what you deserve after you've been hurt in an auto accident, the law firm of Greenberg & Betterman is here to help you. Get a free consultation today. Visit gblawyers.com. That's gblawyers.com, and feel better.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening, downloading, and subscribing to the latest edition of the 12 Kyle podcast. I'm 12 Kyle. Check this out. On this podcast, we're going to talk about and take a look back at the debut album from the Notorious B.I.G, Ready to Die. This album is actually turning 25 years old. And I got a special co-host. The homie Eclectik is in the building. And we're going to break it down. We're going to talk about the production, the tracks, and whether or not this is or isn't a classic album. So we'll hear from Biggie. And on the other side, we'll get the podcast jumping. Let's get it.
The Big Papa track. I had it for a while. And Puff just told me, yo, man, you write something dope to this song, yo. It's damn near certifying your platinum shit. I know. And his track record is like damn near 99%. He don't really do nothing that fails. So I take his word for a lot of shit, which was true. Once I put the Big Papa shit out, the album just soared to platinum.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for checking out the latest edition of the 12 Kyle podcast. I'm your boy 12 Kyle. And as I mentioned in the intro, we have a special guest, and we're celebrating on September 13th, 1994. Biggie Smalls, a.k.a. the Notorious B.I.G, dropped the album Ready to Die. So we're talking about Ready to Die 25 years later. And as you know, got a special co-host in the building. This co-host, he needs no introduction, but it's been a minute, so I'll introduce him to you. He is the owner of a podcast called the Encyclopedia Hip Hop Podcast. Also another podcast called the Eclectic Discussion Podcast. If you're on Twitter, you can find him at I Am Eclectic with a K. And you can also find him pretty popular little site called One Gotta Go. So if you see somebody quoting at One Gotta Go, that's him. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the man who once tried to dig his way to China.
That's it.
Eclectic's in the building. E, what up, man?
Yeah. One, I didn't make it, but what up, everybody? It's Eclectic, and for the sake of this show, a.k.a. Sean Clicky Combs, a.k.a. Easy Mo E, a.k.a. Kleck and Poke, the Kleck Masters. It's good to be back. I'm here to get your listenership up, get your clicks up. When people know I'm on the show, they know.
Right, they know. Former Drew Hauler baller in the building.
Drew Hauler baller. Listen, GSU, where everybody's somebody.
Oh my gosh, I was listening to that the other day. Where everybody's somebody. I really did not know that was the slogan of the Grambling.
Come on, GSU. I thought you knew.
This man is an alum of Grambling, but enough about that, man. We're here to talk a little hip hop. We're gonna take it back, man, to 1994, September 13th. Notorious B.I.G drops his debut album, Ready to Die. Before we get into the album, E, man, I had to bring you on because you were one of the few people who were actually outside in 1994.
Definitely outside.
So, what was the rap scene like in '94? I mean, like, there's some that, actually think that 1994 was one of the best years in hip hop. I've even heard
it wasn't. But go ahead. I'm listening. I've even
heard some people say it was one of the greatest years in hip hop. I don't think so, but hey.
I mean, it's in the top 10.
There you go. So, what was the rap scene like in '94, man?
Look, pre Biggie, pre this album, a lot of dope things came out. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't know. Listen, you gotta understand, when we are on this show, we just kick it. We don't have a format. We don't run down the list. We just kick it. He know what he's gonna ask, but I don't. So, pardon me if I step on a future question, but spoiler alert: Ready to Die, that came out in '94, isn't even in my top 3 favorite albums to come out that year.
Ooh. Speak on it.
So,
Speak on it.
So to give you the landscape of what was going on in '94, you had a lot of things that came out. You had a lot of things that I know I only mess with, but shouts to Shay Zelenko. But you also had some really good things. You had and Vanilla Ice Mind Blowing came out. But
stop it.
Well, it did. But look, you can't forget you had Illmatic. And so Illmatic came out months before. So that was already killing. That was all over the source. Wasn't nobody thinking about no Biggie. For the people that like Gangstar, Hard to Earn, it came out. And so it was a lot of, for the people that thought like when Ready to Die dropped, that brought that New York back. Nope, New York was there. Before,
it was already
before Ready to Die. Hard to Earn and Illmatic came out way before. It was fine. Fuck, Nothing But Love by Heavy D came out before. Which, you know what I thought?
What's that?
I thought on Ready to Die, when he said, when you fuck with Big and Heavy, I get it. I was like, damn, if he did a song with Heavy D, that'd be crazy. Right. And then just use that to scratch. I thought that'd be dope. But anyway, '94 was a really dope year in hip hop, but it was you had a mix. You had a mix of the street stuff, and then you had some, like I said, Vanilla Ice was out. The UMCs, who I actually like, the UMCs was out.
I remember UMCs.
This was shouts to Blue Cheese and Any Way the Wind Blows.
No doubt.
But you also had the metamorphosis of the. When Hammer dropped the MC and he was the funky headhunter.
Shout out to Pumps in a Bump.
Go boy with the speedo, and the body roll. But you had it was a lot of different type of things going on. The Roots first EP came out that nobody knew about but me because but that and a lot of people's favorite rap group came out with Southern Playlist of Cadillac Music.
Hey.
And that came out way before.
Hey.
So, but you had that. But you had a plethora of things from Southern Playalistic to, like I said, Illmatic to Ahmad back in the day.
I remember Ahmad.
Shit. Oh, Regulate. Regulate came out.
The great Warren G.
Come on. Functified, the Brat dropped. All of this stuff dropped before we heard before Juicy.
Mm-hmm.
And so hip hop and for this sake, New York was in good hands before he dropped, but he didn't quite come out of nowhere. But when Juicy dropped, people was like, yo, this is the next dude. And it's crazy because nobody was like, this is the good thing about hip hop, or the good thing about how hip hop was.
Okay.
Nobody was like, who's this ugly nigga? Nobody was like, who's this fat dude?
Right.
They was just like, man, he killing it. And that Juicy, come on. They was just like, man, that sample is crazy. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying, and when you fast forward it to now, somebody come out, I'm like, who's this jerk? They go judge him before they even hear anything. Or they're going to be like, nah, yeah, he all right, but, he ain't cute. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or her ass ain't big like, so they kind of okay. You know what? Do you know how big Rhapsody would be if she was built like?
Man, who you telling?
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, it was different back then. When you could have little what's the chick's name? Vita making songs and she looked like a Q-tip. He was like, all right, come on, Vita. Like I said, the Brat came out with Funkdafied. The Brat wore like 19 coats and 2 pairs of jeans. We didn't see what everybody looked like until like 4 albums later.
Mm-hmm. That's so
when they
true.
stopped selling.
So true.
But everybody was like, shit, the Brat killing it. We ain't care. And so it was a different time. It was a different time.
No doubt. You hit the nail on the head, man. It was a lot of great music, and I think people tend to look back at that time and say, well, yeah, and some you touched on that, Biggie brought New York back. I can't really say that
even
he
had
did.
the best rap album out that year.
Right. And we're definitely gonna get into that. But yeah, it was. I think it was a good time in hip hop. There was a shift, I would say, as far as the paradigm, as far as how, hip hop was being viewed and how it's being consumed, by the masses. It wasn't just, kind of sectional, people here liking this kind of music, people over here liking this kind of music, or what have you. But it was a good time. Times were changing though for hip hop.
Yeah, and the piggyback on that, because of 94 when that dropped, that pretty much made 96. I mean, in 95 and 96 better than 94.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
If it wasn't for 94, 95 and 96 probably wouldn't have been what they were. So it did change. Now, and instead of saying that a lot of people say Ready to Die brought New York back, 94 brought New York back.
Okay.
Because 93, there was a lot of West Coast. You had the end of 93 and 94 brought New York back, because you got to remember the tail end of 93. And when I'm saying tail end, I'm talking November.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
November. Midnight Marauders came out.
Yep.
36 Chambers came out.
Mm-hmm.
And it was something else came out around that time. So that's around the time where New York's kind of okay. And, then it was going neck and neck with the West, because I think Doggy Style dropped at the end of that year too.
Yep.
So 94, the end of 93 and 94 kind of brought New York back. And on the back of Ready to Die and Illmatic and a couple others, but, predominantly those.
That's a good point. And I think that's where people kind of, and that's why I said it's always good to have somebody who was outside who actually knew what was going on in 94, because depending on who you listen to, they're going to give you different perspectives as to what it was. But no, New York, it had a solid foundation. And that's not to say that, Ready to Die did not help. But New York was on its way back, if you will.
Can you talk about how you got that first break?
When it first happened, me and my man, we used to be hustling on Bedford and Quincy. And he introduced me to this kid named 50. DJ kid, you know what I'm saying? And we used to get drunk and high and go in his basement, and I used to just rap over instrumental beats, and 50 used to tape everything. So after he got about maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes worth of raps from me, he took it to Big Daddy Kane's DJ, Mr. C. Mr. C heard it, he thought I was dope, and then they introduced me to this kid, Matty C from The Source, and we just jumped on Unsigned Hype. They had some shit for unsigned artists, you sent them the tape and shit. So they liked the tape, put our picture in the magazine or whatever. Then Maddie saw Puffy at a club, and Puff was like, yo, I'm looking for some hardcore artists for Uptown Records. That's when Puff was vice president of Uptown. He said he tired of doing the heavy shit, the Mary shit, Jodeci shit. He want to do some hard shit, some street shit. So Matt let him hear my shit, and he liked it. So he wanted to meet up with me. We met up. I kicked a little round for the nigga, and it was on from there.
Next question I have for you, man. What was the first? You remember the first time that you heard Biggie, and what song did you hear? Was it on this album? Did you hear?
It was the "Dollar My Baby" remix with Supercat.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember I was watching videos. And it came on, and I already knew Supercat from Ghetto Red Hot. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, okay. It's like, all right, I'm messing with. And then I think what it said was, in the little bottom left corner, I think it said with Mary J. Blige. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, I'm down. And she never appeared in the video.
Nope.
But you heard her, and they had like a little fake silhouette. But then, you're grooving. Then all of a sudden, Third Eye.
Yes.
Bling bling. Who's that with Supercat? Third Eye. Who I also have his album. It's a good album.
Are you serious? I didn't know you had an album.
Man. Ease Up. What's that all about? Why you want to try and play Third Eye out? Yeah.
Wow.
Ease Up. But so he started rhyming. I'm like, oh yeah, this is dope. And then Puff was rapping like Third Eye. We've never heard Puff rap with that voice.
Never
again. He was extra gangster. He freaked the Funky Fly remixes. And then Big. Like I said, here's the thing. As far as where I was and how I was moving, mm-hmm. Big was who's this dude of the three? I knew Third Eye, mm-hmm. and I knew Puffy because I know Mary.
Right.
I'm like, but who's this dude? But he started rhyming. I'm like, oh, he killing it. And back then, it doesn't matter anymore in hip hop for anybody that want to go back and forth between now and then. On a song with multiple rappers, if you go last, you was bringing it home. You was the shit.
Exactly.
It wasn't no random order. It was just like, because, come on. I mean, put it like this. So much so, he went last, and that was it. That was the end of the song. Supercat didn't even come back on.
Exactly. He didn't
on his own song.
On his own song.
He didn't even come back in with a la 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 la. It wasn't nothing. So he went, and I love it when you call me Big Pop. And that's where from the Big Papa. That's where that sample comes from this song. For anybody who didn't know, they sampled this song for Big Papa, so that's where that part came from. He killed it. I will say it wasn't after it was over. Who was that? Let me go look him. Well, we couldn't look it up. It didn't have the internet. But
exactly.
You couldn't look it up. By the way, everybody that's listening, when this dropped, no internet, no Google.
Internet. Nope.
It didn't exist. Google wasn't a thing. So you just had the source. You had the source. And, they had it in there. But he was in the Unsigned Hype. Mm-hmm. Was that Unsigned Hype? It was Unsigned Hype. Uh-huh. He was in there. And then he had that song was in the Fat Tape section. The Fat Tape section of the source where it had like all the singles. all the hot singles on the street. And then if you was lucky enough to get you a nice mixtape for yourself, you heard it. Because I only remember seeing the single in the stores. Mm-hmm. I only remember, some DJs had it, so they throw it on the mixtape. But that was the first time I heard them. After that, I think I heard, I want to say A Bunch of Niggas, but it probably was Party of Bullshit.
Right.
And then I heard the freestyle. The infamous freestyle.
Yes.
But yeah. But what did you say? Dolly My Baby remix first time.
Yeah, same here, man. Same here. Dolly My Baby remix. I heard the song. Feels like long before I even saw the video. So I'm hearing him, but not seeing what he actually looks like. Right.
Oh, all right.
So, And a funny story I had, I played football at South Carolina State University. Shout out to Germ. And so we were getting ready for a game. And one of my teammates, my boy Bruce, and he always reminds me of this, he had the single. Shout out to cassette singles. Yeah. So just the single of Dolly My Baby. So we're getting ready for the game, we're warming up and everything. And I got my little Walkman headphones on or whatever like that. No, Beats by Dre weren't out yet. They weren't out yet.
It was Sony with the Afro puffs on the shit.
Exactly. Those exact headphones I had. So he let me hold a tape. And I started listening to it. And, like you said, I was listening to it and Third Eye comes on. I'm like, okay. And I'm not really paying attention. But when Biggie came on, I was like, oh, this dude's kind of nice. It wasn't no, oh, shit, like you'd heard the greatest thing ever. But the dude was nice. So he caught my attention. So, and, for those of you who are old enough to remember, cassette singles, like you had the song on one side and then you might have an instrumental on one side and then you flip the tape over. Like, and then there might be a bonus song on the other side, but it's only like 2 or 3 songs. So that's it.
If you had like another mix,
exactly,
or the acapella, exactly, then it was a maxi single.
Exactly. Exactly. That you have the maxi single. So you just had the cassette single. So I just kept listening to it. So after the game, we get back on the bus. We won. We riding back to school. And I never gave him the tape back. And so we go to practice that following Monday. He's like, yo, you got my tape? I was like, oh, it's in the dorm, which was a lie. It was in my pocket. And so like every time he would ask me, so we had a game the following week, he asked me for the tape. I was like, oh, I left it at school. So I kept coming up with these excuses and I never gave him the tape back. And one day we got in my car and he was actually going to get the tape. I said, yeah, I'll give you a ride to the store. And he was going to get the tape out of my car. And I went to pull the tape out of the tape deck and the tape popped. So he never got his tape back.
Shit, smoking weed and bamboo.
Exactly. So yeah, that was my introduction to Biggie, man. I just got,
and that was in '93.
Right. Exactly. So this was even before the album even came out. So it was a little bit of time in between me hearing the song for the first time and then actually seeing him in the Dolly My Baby video. Mm-hmm. And then the album comes out in September. Well, Juicy, I think, was the first single that was released. That came out in August of 90.
I had that cassette.
You had the cassette.
I had that cassette. It was Juicy on one side and Unbelievable on the other side.
Okay. Ooh, yes.
I actually still have it.
Word.
Yeah, it's in my closet.
You got nowhere to play it though, right?
Absolutely not. But I'm gonna change that soon.
Man, please tell me how, because excuse me, because
they got a USB cassette player.
Wow.
So you can play. You can put the little cassette in, put the USB into the computer, and then if you wanted to record, your cassettes to MP3.
Wait, hold up, E. How much does this cost?
Sure, like $20-$30.
Oh, okay.
You can go on Amazon, hook it up.
I'm just checking, man, because your taste is a little bit more expensive than mine.
I'm broke, man.
Don't you even say you poor. You're not poor.
I can't. I never pictured a Super Nintendo or a Sega Genesis.
I got a kid in college, man. I'm broke.
See, you got a kid in college. You had some money at one day.
Oh my god.
But oh shit. You know what else?
What's that?
That even though I'm just trying to put the listeners on, but that Dolly My Baby remix, 2 things. One, they tried to say, and it could be true because I don't know, I can't refute it, that was the first hip hop song that featured the phrase bling bling. So Third Eye came up with it.
Really? Now,
that was the first thing he said.
That is the first time that we heard the term bling bling. Wow. Never thought about it like that.
And yeah. I don't know. I was just saying.
Before we're going to get into the actual tracks in just a second, but before we get into the tracks, man, I want to talk a second about the production, man, because he had a lot of heavy hitters. Obviously, Puff Daddy was the Quincy Jones, if you will, kind of bringing everybody together. Mr. C, Puff, he had beats from Easy Mo B, Premier, Chucky Thompson, just to name a few.
I always confuse it with Chucky Booker, and it'd be bugging me out every time I think about my man who made Turned Away. did One More Chance. Nice.
Hey man, is Chucky Booker still alive?
Chucky Booker, man, you better not try to kill Chucky Booker.
Okay, man, I have to ask, man. I have to ask because sometimes people because you know what it is, and I'm almost ashamed to admit this. It's a little quick sidebar, folks. Sometimes I used to get Chucky Booker confused with Kashif.
Why are we always confusing Chucky Booker?
And Kashif passed away. Rest in peace, Kashif. Very slim.
Because Chucky Booker had like an unsung last year or year before last.
Really? Okay, I gotta check that out.
Come on, shout out to Chuck.
Yeah, shout out to Chucky Booker, man. I don't know how I got confused with Kashif.
They kind of looked alike. And they ran in the same circles.
Okay.
They ran in the same circles.
So yeah, the production, man. What did you think about the production on this album?
Well, so first up.
Uh-oh.
All right, I'm not getting spicy.
No, do you?
But in my brain, when I'm like, how hard was it to make Juicy? like really?
Not hard at all.
It was, and this is why I don't understand the beef about Juicy. Because it wasn't a hard beat to make. It didn't seem like you made much of anything. Right?
Right. I mean, it's Isley Brothers.
It is Mtoomey, sir.
I'm sorry. Mtoomey.
You thought that was Chucky Booker too? No, but the mere fact that what was that? Pete Rock had the beef with Puff over Juicy is crazy.
Little history here. I remember hearing about this.
Because Pete Rock said that Puffy stole the idea for Juicy when he went over Pete Rock's house and he was playing it. And then, because he was just saying he played music at his place. Mm-hmm. You come over, you just gonna hear music. And so they said he came over, that was playing. Next thing you know, it was Juicy. And he didn't get no credit for it.
No, Puff would never steal something. He would never steal a beat from somebody.
But Pete Rock then did the Juicy remix.
Yes.
And so, but Pete Rock was like, yeah, I did the remix, but I also did the original. But then I'm like, nigga's just the instrumental, ain't it? But
right.
anyway. It was different, but kind of in the lane of what was kind of dope around that time. What I mean is the beats, the production was it was 36 chambers without the kung fu.
Okay.
And it was Illmatic, but like diet Illmatic as far as what it was, street beats, but it was street beats that were I don't want to say they were generic street beats because they weren't, but it was like a compilation album, street beats. It's like if you wanted some street, these are the beats, but they weren't all like completely different from each other, which is kind of good because it makes it flow better. Mm-hmm. Like, but the Illmatic is when New York State of Mind come on, you're about to lose your neck.
Right.
There was no beat like that really on Ready to Die except for Respect.
Okay.
When when Life's a Bitch came on, you just got into your groove until they start rapping, and then you're gonna lose your neck again. But when you groove, you had that. You didn't have necessarily that on Ready to Die, except for kind of like Warning and Big Papa, but it was still Big Papa. That's instrumental,
Right?
It's Isley Brothers. That's the one.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking
Between
about.
the Sheets instrumental. So it was like, so it wasn't incredible. Some of them weren't incredibly original because they were just. I mean, Life's a Bitch was a sample too. It was Yearning for Your Love, but it just seemed different because of it just seemed different. But overall, it was dirty. It was gritty. When without the samples, the readily known samples. There were samples on every song,
Right?
but you didn't know Cold Blooded by James Brown unless you knew. But the thing was, especially for '94, when you had other types of things coming out, like this didn't sound like Funkdafied.
No doubt. Yeah, it's totally different sound.
It didn't sound like a lot of these other albums. So, they got props for it. I didn't hate the beats at all.
No, I agree, man. I think the production really fit Biggie for what he was trying to accomplish. I agree. The beats were real, New York kind of grimy, grindy, but some were a little bit more smoothed out. So you had a good mixture. You had, like the Warning beat, and then you might go to Juicy, which was a heavy. I hate saying sample because it really ain't much of a sample with Juicy. Pretty much the song.
Warning, Juicy, and Big Papa, and Respect. They're all just basically instrumental.
Right. So you had that, but even that Biggie's rhyming over it made it that much more listenable. And like he said, it's not, when you compare it to the landscape of what we were hearing across the board in hip hop, it still was different. And, when we got the visuals of Biggie and Juicy and Big Papa, when I mean by visuals, as far as like the videos, you got these smooth ass R&B, old ass R&B tracks. And this, not necessarily appealing to the eye, gentleman named Christopher Wallace,
he said black and ugly as ever.
Right.
However.
Right. He called himself black and ugly as ever. So, I mean, he knew he wasn't a heartthrob. So, you got that going on. And I think that made the album even more appealing because, again, the production was solid, very solid production. And I'm glad that you brought up that about Puff and Pete Rock. I have not heard that talked about in years, but yeah, that was, and to be honest, for a long time, I thought that was just a rumor. I didn't know that there was some serious validity to behind the scenes that Pete Rock felt as if Puff stole that song from, which is, Puff has been accused, been accused of doing stuff like this before.
Yeah, and so the thing that you said about hearing it and then seeing the visuals, that has been my, not necessarily beef, but my main bone of contention with, I guess you could say Biggie, or how Biggie was presented to us, or the mistake, the whole Biggie thing, because of this. And I know we're gonna get to the tracks and stuff in a second, but in my brain, the Biggie fans, the people that say Biggie is top 3 and number 1, and the ones that just, the ones that was ready to kill for Biggie and say Biggie's the best, you can pass any MC contest. They didn't really like Biggie. They like Well, yeah, they liked Biggie, and they liked Puffy's Biggie. They didn't like the Notorious B.I.G. They didn't like B.I. Because what I'm saying is, look, I'm doing a generalization here, so people listen like, nah, not me. All right, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about somebody else. But people that love the turn the video, oh shit, there's my shit. One more chance. Black and Ugly as ever have it. Yeah, but that's not One More Chance.
Right.
That's the remix. You don't know the One More Chance.
Right.
The people who love that Biggie, they don't know Me and My Bitch. They just see the videos. They got the album, but they'll only listen to Big Papa and Juicy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And Warning. They'll listen to all the ones that sound like, the videos, the samples, the heavy sample. Those are the ones that they like. But only the dudes who's really into listening to this is gonna give you Machine Gun Funk.
Oh yes.
You're not gonna run into your average woman is gonna tell you about all the Glocks that she told. Ate niggas like chocolates. It's the funk.
Right.
It's just like, they ain't gonna be reciting that word for word while you riding down the street. Now, if you do find her, keep her close. But
yeah, let her ride. She's a ride or die.
But he was presented as, the player dude. Biggie didn't want to be the player dude, but Puff said you should be the player dude so we can get this money. And he was like, betting if they didn't get that money. Mm-hmm. So great business move, great strategy, because all of the gutter stuff. If you listen really close to Ready to Die, you'll see what I'm saying. The gritty shit, if you listen to it, his voice is high pitched.
Okay.
If you listen to Give Me the Loot Machine, you just listen to his voice. It's way higher pitched. He recorded those songs before Puff got fired and made Bad Boy. After he made Bad Boy and they were about to finish the album, that's when you got Big Papa. And that's when Juicy came up. Because think about it. Listen in your head how his voice sounded on Dolly My Baby remix. How his voice sounded on Party and Bullshit. It didn't sound like the One More Chance remix. It didn't even sound like One More Chance on the album.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, but, Puff, smart guy, like, look. And he get all the props for the vision, because I wouldn't have came up with that. Like, we would have had another Coogee rap. I'm like, nah, go in there and rip it. Nah, you nice as hell. Right. I'm going to get the beats. But he had a vision, like, nah, we're going to do this. And boy, that shit worked.
He wrote it too.
Yeah, so it's not necessarily my beef. It's just, I just think, boy, it could have been so much more. If he would have did his double album, one side gritty, other side player, then you would have had something.
Yeah, you know my feeling on that double album. I think that was, if he had done a single album, it would have been phenomenal.
If he would have took us, Ready to Die has 15 songs. Mm-hmm. If he would take the best 15 songs off of Life After Death, it would be better than Ready to Die.
Okay.
That's my opinion. That's my unpopular opinion. You take the best 15 off of Life After Death and put it up against the 15 that's on Ready to Die, I'm thinking it would kill.
But I don't know if he's got 15. Well,
nah, he do. And excuse us for going up. We know what you tune in to listen to, but sometimes this happens. but just freestyling this here.
Mm-hmm.
Hypnotize.
Right.
Kicking the door.
True. That's two.
If you, I don't know I'm gonna go with the ones I know, and then I'll say with the ones you're feeling. All right. So hypnotize, kicking the door. What's beef?
Mm-hmm.
Story to tell.
Yeah.
See, these are the ones I like. All right. The world is filled.
Okay.
Downfall.
Right.
Long kiss goodnight.
6.
That's 7.
Oh, it's okay. 7.
That's 7. Nobody to somebody.
Yeah, that's 8.
Then Last Day.
With the locks. Yeah. Okay.
Love to Dough. That's
Dough.
10.
That's 10.
That's
okay.
10. Niggas Bleed.
Okay.
People, not me, like Notorious Thugs.
I don't like Notorious.
Me neither. But I'm just saying. So we'll make that 15.
Okay.
But everybody likes that shit.
Oh yeah, everybody likes that shit.
Okay.
I don't know.
So
why.
so I got 3 more. I got 3 more to go. So I would say, Sky's the Limit.
Oh, that's my favorite.
See,
That's my favorite. That's my favorite album.
So Sky's the Limit. Somebody's got to die, and even though fuck you tonight.
You know
That's
what?
15.
I could let you slide with "Fucking You Tonight" because I don't like it because of R. Kelly, but I get why people would like it. Okay, so you know what? That's legit.
You put those 15 as an album.
You're right.
I think this. I'd rather listen to that album than Ready to Die on multiple times.
I'd agree. And you know what, man? And I'm thinking about it now. I wonder if, and I mean, of course, we will never know because we don't know what the post-production stuff was with Biggie dying right before the album comes out. But I wonder if Biggie wanted to have a double album. I'm pretty sure that Puff probably talked him into it, but
I'm going to say he did. I'm going to say they did it on purpose.
Okay.
Only because of this, and I'm speculating. Play my CD twice. You see him in the streets and be like, "Yo, he's nice."
Okay.
But that's on the low though. So I got play my CD twice, double CD. That's in my brain. That's how it works.
You know what? That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. You know what? I will not disagree. I will actually agree with you. I think that is, and that could be because Biggie got stronger, or that could be because Life After Death is a better album. Let's say 1 through 15.
And that's not to say that if maybe they did one album, it would have been 6 of those, and then 5 player haters and another's.
Oh my gosh!
No, actually, I like player hater, but another.
Oh, that was so awful.
I was on the ground when I heard player hater for the first time.
Really?
I don't care what nobody says. I love that song.
It was okay.
Because I'm gonna tell you why. It was in the vein of NWA's Automobile, and I'd rather fuck you.
It was.
And he was just having fun. I'm like, man, when you are at the top of the game, at top of the rap game, period, and you can throw some shit out like that, you're not taking yourself so serious after you done killed everybody 3 songs ago.
And you sold all the dope in the world.
Yeah, and then killed yourself last album.
Right. Yeah, I forgot you killed.
You can start singing way off key. Oh, come on, I'm giving it to you for that. I'm like, man, then Puff with the falsetto.
Point taken. That's a really, really good point.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? That's perfect place right here for us to take a quick commercial break. We'll hear from Biggie, and on the other side, we're gonna break down these tracks. We'll tell you what we like. We'll tell you what we didn't like. And I'm going to pick E's brain. I'm very curious and interested to know if we're scoring this album via the Source's mic system. How many mics did this album get? And I also want to know from E, is this a hip-hop classic? So sit tight. We'll be back in just a second.
What advice would I give to young rappers? Take control of your shit. Don't be the type of rapper. Don't be a stupid rapper. A stupid rapper is a motherfucker that has somebody else tell them what to do, which is not always wrong, but if it's something that you feel that you don't have to do, you really have to question it and find out why they want you to do it. Most niggas, they feel like, well, you see what Biggie's doing, you know, he has the hat, the Kango, and this, and you have to be like that. But if you don't really want to be like that, you don't have to be like that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers just try to tell a nigga to do something so quick and give them examples of other motherfuckers that did it and blew up and make them think that they could do the same thing, which is not always necessarily true.
And just like that, we are back. Once again, it's your boy 12 Kyle. This is the 12 Kyle podcast. I got my man Eclectic in the building. And we're talking about Ready to Die 25 years later. The album drops September 13th, 1994. Ironically, in a very cryptic way, 2 years later, September 13th, 1996, Tupac would die. But anyway, we're going to talk about these tracks, man. This album, again, very critically acclaimed, but I want to run through the tracks. We talked a little bit about the production on the front side of the break. So track one is the intro, Puffy and Biggie there, goes through the birth of Biggie and talking about how he's robbing a train and he got to eat and all this stuff like that. So we'll skip the intro.
Okay, skip the intro.
Track two, Things Done Changed. How did you, what was your assessment on that track, man?
Things That Changed was funny because after the single, so when Juicy came out, after Juicy came out, you kind of thought what Biggie was about. That came out, and so that's not what you would expect. That first song, wasn't nobody expecting that. You know what I'm saying? So that was the first. I mean, so you thinking it was all a dream, dude, and then it's as I grabbed the Glock, put it to your headpiece. Whoa.
Wait a minute.
What about no need to worry? My accountant handles that. What's happening? It was 45 Glocks and tags. All right, but anyway, I liked it. It was. I was rolling with it. The cool thing is, for me, that's what I wanted to hear. Remember back in the days, niggas had waves. I'm like, okay, here we go.
He starts off reminiscing.
I'm like, damn, this is almost like a gangster Ahmad. Yeah.
I don't think Ahmad has ever been mentioned on any of the podcasts that we've ever done together, and he's already been mentioned twice.
Yeah, come on. So, motherfucker, this ain't back in the days, but you don't hear me though. So nah, I'm rolling with it. One of my favorite songs on the album. So what happened was, because of the interlude, because you're talking about the birth and the robbing and thing, I was paying attention to the soundtrack of the birth. You know what I'm saying? When they hit you with the Superfly, and then Rapper's Delight, and then Top Billin', and then the Shiznit, which I hate, but
yo, I forgot the Shiznit was on there.
So the years him growing up, so the beginning of rap, 70 something, early 80s to Top Billin', 80. And then the 90s with the shit. So I'm listening to that. So then you put that with then reminiscing back in the day. So I'm like, oh, he about to kill it. And so I was a fan. This is what I want to do with you.
What's that?
Since you said before the break, you wanted to then break it down and see what we would rate it on the Source 5 mic system. I also want to see how we really rate the album based on the tracks. So what I want to do is, as we talk about these tracks, we give it a 1 through 5.
Gotcha.
It's like, so 1, nah. 5, one of the best. All right?
Okay.
So, since I've already said what I thought about Things That Change, what did you think about Things That Change? And then I'll give it a number.
I thought it was a very good lead in. You make a good point about the soundtrack that's playing in the background. So as Puffy and Biggie are going back and forth, the intro, you have this music and stuff, basically the soundtrack of Biggie's life playing in the background. And then it goes from that, and then it abruptly goes into which is a pretty smooth transition into Things Done Change. I like Things Done Change. I thought it was a very good way to start off the album. It's hard, like you said. It ain't it ain't the smooth player shit. It's grimy. I would, if I had to score it, I'd give it a 4 out of 5.
All right. So you say 4 out of 5. I'm gonna say I was about to say 4 out of 5. Then I was like, maybe I'm gonna go 3 and a push.
Okay.
So, all right. Okay, I got it down.
All right. So the next song is "Gimme the Loot." I mean, Biggie's robbing. he's talking, and it took me a while.
So many people thought it was 2 people on that song.
Exactly. Did you ever think that, or you?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Hey, well, you better than me, man, because it was a minute before I realized that was just Biggie talking in 2 different tones.
And the reason why I thought that, or the reason why I didn't think that, is because in my head, the only person, because you got to understand, I'm just listening to this. Mm-hmm. This is listening to it when it came out. This is not already knowing who Biggie is and any of that stuff. We just listen. I'm like, the only person he gonna rhyme with is Puff, and that ain't Puff. Right. So that's Biggie. That's how my head worked. That's exactly. I was like, man, if it ain't Puff, then it must be him. And I listen again. I'm like, yeah, that's just him, higher voice.
Yeah, I thought that was. And wait a minute, I'm trying to think. Pac did this on one of his earlier albums, but
he did it on Tupacalypse Now, Soldier Story.
Okay, so did Biggie bite?
Come on, Pac? you know who you on the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. I forgot now. This guy, you wasn't really a big fan of the later Pac, but I don't know anybody that knows this much about Tupac's earlier albums than the guy that we have on this podcast. He is a very, very astute Pac fan of the early days.
Like me, all he wanted to be. I love that song.
One day I can't remember what podcast we were doing. You were quoting Pac lyrics, and I was like, I don't remember that shit. You was like, oh, it was on the B side of Tupacalypse Now, and I was like, okay.
Oh, they stressing me just because I'm a young black male. Boy, anyway, I wouldn't say he was biting because in this particular song, he's there about to rob places together. In Soldier Story, he was telling the story about him and his older brother was locked up. So
okay. Just checking. Okay, so give me the loot. I liked it. Like I said, it took me a minute to figure out the voice changes, but I really liked it. What are you scoring? Give me the loot.
I'm giving it a 3.
Okay.
Giving it a 3 because I do not like it more than the first song.
And this was produced by Easy Mo B. I'm giving it a 4. Okay. I liked it. Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was hard, man. And like I said,
his mother sing it is so hard.
It's so hard. and I still was trying to figure out why they bleeped out the word pregnant.
Man, not only that, I didn't even know what they said at first. I'm like, what could he have possibly said? Because the number one mom and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm like, well, then that's after the baby. You ain't rocking number one mom and you ain't had the baby yet. So so in my head, I didn't know. I didn't understand. I didn't know what the fuck they would. But yeah, I guess that was problematic for the label.
They didn't want they didn't want to advocate killing of moms.
Because you remember all the other pressings after that, time to get paid, blow up.
Yep.
Born Center.
Yeah, World Trade was out of there. That was before 9/11.
Yeah, so
that was the first bombing. Next track, Machine Gun Funk, also produced by Easy Mo B.
So I was about to say, so you want to be hardcore? So Machine Gun Funk disappointed me.
Really?
I'm gonna tell you why it disappointed
Tell me why.
Because it was called Machine Gun Funk, so I was expecting a funky ass Ohio player.
Yeah, okay, I get it.
Don't call it Machine Gun Funky. You ain't got funk. What the fuck?
But he lived for the funk. He died for the funk.
Which I hate, Lords of the because they were Sam's Choice DOS effects, and then nobody get them out of there. Ain't nobody get them out of there for just literally biting. I hated that.
Shout out the Lords of the Underground.
Do not shout out them. So, anyway, I didn't think the song was terrible. Mm-hmm. It's just that I was disappointed that you call shit Machine Gun Funk, and I ain't hear a machine gun or any funk. But,
how you scoring this?
All I want is bitches, big boob. Me too. I want them. I mean, I understand.
What is this relentless approach to know if I'm broke or not? Don't mean that don't toke the Glock.
Yeah, I know. But he didn't add a little funk to the brain. I'm gonna go 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 3. I'm gonna go 3.
That's solid. That's solid. I'm gonna go 4. Like I said, I loved. I might be one of the few people that actually bought the Lords of the Underground album. That shit.
You and Mr. Funky.
But yeah, man, I loved it, man. I thought it was dope. That was one of the, you know how like after you listen to an album, I guess after the first couple of listens, the ones that you start going back to. This was one of the ones that I started going back to first. Machine Gun Funk. So I'm gonna give that a 4. Then we go to track 5, Warning. Hey man, this is one that he did a video for. He actually, it was basically on the tail end of Big Papa. Wakes up in a bed, somebody's, blowing up his pager. His pager is extremely loud.
Shouts to pagers.
Yeah, oh yeah. I had a pager till 99.
Yeah, everyone listening, they didn't call it cell phone.
No, it was a pager. It was a pager.
Also, sir, you got a pager. Why's your phone bill 10 G's flat? But anyway, go ahead.
He was overseas.
Right. Shouts to Roman charges.
I know, right? In long distance, the kids will never know anything about long distance.
They ain't never get swindled just to get a 1-800-COLLECT T-shirt at college.
I was telling
they get their credit fucked up for a T-shirt.
Right? For a T-shirt and a cup, a coffee mug. I like this is one of my favorite songs on the album. So I'm giving this 4.5. I'm giving it 4.5. One of my favorites, man. This joint. And again, I remember playing this, man. I had a little light blue Nissan Sentra on the campus of South Carolina State University, and I almost blew my speakers out, man. That beeper sound was just, and I don't know what it was, man, but that beeper sound was just so loud. But I loved it, man. This is one of my favorite tracks on this. So I'm giving it 4.5.
I'm sorry. I was thinking about the girl breasts in the beginning of the video. That was incredible.
Right.
I don't hate it personally. I thought it was too short. I wish it was longer because he killed it. And I hated the skit at the end. So
yeah.
But we did. But when it came out, we did quote the fuck out. You got a red dot in your head too.
You got a red dot in your head too.
Oh shit. So for that, I'll give it a 3.5.
Okay.
I'll focus on 3.5. And 546 is not the crack of dawn. But whatever.
The next track, man, is Warren. No, I'm sorry, not Warren. Ready to Die, track 6.
Yeah, that's the as I grabbed the clock. Jesus Christ.
That was so grimy, man. Another joint produced by Easy Mo B. I got to give that one a 4, man. I love this joint, man. It's just he's hard, and I like. Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah, I think I'm rolling. I think I'm rolling. I think I'm gonna go forward too.
Okay.
Because he, yeah, I mean, come on, I got techniques tripping up my butt cheeks, sleep on my stomach so I don't fuck up my sheets. Hey man, nah, you can't. Come on.
Yeah, man. Come on now.
And it's called "I'm Ready to Die." He said, "My life is playing out like a Jerry curl.
Yeah.
I'm ready
Fuck
to
the world, fuck my moms and my girl.
Nah, I gotta give him 4 on that one, man.
No doubt. He came with bars on that one.
I was almost at 4.5 on that one.
Okay. The original track 7 is the original One More Chance. What say
Original
you?
One More Chance. I'm listen. One, the instrument chick at the beginning. All you hoes. Like, nah, this is my song. I don't even know what's about to happen. This is already my song. Yeah. Kenya told me she saw you. Nah. Hey man. So, and I hate skits, but nobody really did shit like that before.
No, not really. Not with kids. Not like that.
And with the different girls, they eventually, recognize dick size in these Carl Canai jeans. I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have to go. I was gonna say 3.5. I might have to give it a 4, man.
Okay.
I might have to get it.
Okay.
Because I'm one of the few who enjoyed that better than the remix. So
definitely one of the few.
And shout outs to his
Go ahead.
wife for singing on there with Total.
Oh, I didn't know that was Faith. I thought that was just Total. Okay.
Faith and Total.
Wow. Learn something new every day.
Come on.
This song is okay. I'm gonna give it a 3. It's not a skip. I mean, it's solid because the lyrics and everything. I mean, Biggie he delivers. I mean, it's not lyrically the guy can rap. I mean, we know that. So, didn't have a problem with it. I give it a 3. It's not as good as the remix. There was a reason why this was a remix. If the remix had been replaced with this song, I would have been totally satisfied. But no, it's cool. It's solid. Then we go to track 8. I don't know why, and this was a thing in the 90s. The track 8 is the Fuck Me interlude. I don't know why, but there were several prominent albums in hip hop history that, for whatever reason, they wanted to have some type of sexual interlude. Somebody giving head, somebody fucking, whatever. I mean, we saw the same happen on The Chronic. And to be honest, to me, it just doesn't age well.
Nigga, I didn't like it then.
Okay. Yeah, this is a 0.
That's the
this
worst.
Is a 1 for me.
That's the second. Do we even want to count? If you want to count it, because we didn't count the intro.
Yeah, okay, yeah, let's not count it.
Let's not even count that. But that is the first time we heard Lil' Kim.
Yeah, it was.
That's Lil' Kim on there.
Yeah, I know that's Lil' Kim. I mean, do we even know if they were fucking? I mean, I guess it don't matter.
Well, I hope not. Your wife was just on the song before it.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Right. So yeah, and the previous, I meant to tell you guys, One More Chance was produced by Chucky Thompson, not Chucky Booker.
Not Chucky Booker. Or Chucky from the Rugrats.
Right. So then we go to track 9, The What, with the only guest feature on the album, Method Man from Wu-Tang Clan. So yes. Boys and girls, kids at home listening, understand this. This was a thing in the 90s. Like, you didn't have an album and had like 17 guest features.
No, because it was your album.
It was your album, and you might have put 1 on there. You might have maybe 2, maybe 3, but if you had 2 or 3, the second and the third person, probably somebody from your crew, right? So,
they were in your crew, on your label,
exactly.
and you probably grew up with them.
Exactly. So really for Biggie to reach outside of his camp. There's no Junior Mafia on here. There's no, there's no Lil Kim.
Yeah, she was on there and she couldn't spit one bar. Nope.
Not one bar. And so he reaches outside of his crew to tag Method Man, who, and I thought this was funny. So, I can't remember. We've done so many podcasts, but you told a story about how Method Man said in an interview, because Biggie had let it be known that
when he was writing this shit, he was like, "Nah, I was there. He was writing."
Yo, that cracked me up when you said that, man.
He
that
made
was
it
so
a point
funny.
to say, it's like, yeah, so when I was writing and he was too, I was watching him. He was right there.
So Biggie tried to make it sound as if he created the what off the top of his head, or like he didn't put pen and pad, which was not true. But yeah, man, the what, man, the only guest feature, man, with Method Man. This is, I'd probably say this is my second favorite track, man. I like how they go back and forth. I got to give this like a 4.5, man.
Okay. This is my favorite song on the album.
Okay.
And the only reason why it's not my favorite Biggie song is because what I feel, if you're going to have a favorite song by artist, they should be the only one on the song.
Good point.
So, but if you're going to say what's my favorite song on the album, it is this. And even though no one asked, and it wasn't a big thing, I think Meth won.
Oh, no question.
But
I think Meth got him.
Yeah, I think Meth got him, but
not by much. But I think Meth got him. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. But one of my favorite things he said. One of my favorite things that Biggie has ever said on tracks is on this song. When he's, man, so instead of making hoes suck my dick up, I used to do stick ups because hoes is irritating like the hiccups. Excuse me, flows just grow through me like trees to branches, cliffs to avalanches. It's the praying mantis. I almost jumped out the window when I heard that.
Yeah. He definitely had bars on that one. I mean, he had bars all throughout the album, but that was dope as hell.
Shit, I'm like, what? Wow. And probably my favorite hook on a Biggie song. Fuck the world, don't ask me for shit. Yeah. So anyway, so I'm five, and I'm giving this a 5-piece.
Okay. Yeah, man, dope song. All right, so the next track, the aforementioned Juicy. We don't have to get into details about it. What are you scoring Juicy at, man?
So here's the thing about you.
Ladies and gentlemen, when he sighs, something's coming.
No, so when Juicy first came out,
Preach.
I'm like, come on, this is it. This is the song. I love this song. And this is like, it should be his signature song. It just should be the song that everybody, but it's really like the Big Papa remix or One More Chance remix. I just don't care for it as much as I did when it came out. I don't want to use the phrase it didn't age well, but I think it's just because it was played so much, and to keep hearing that sample over and over, like the remix I could probably listen to more, and it's just so red Kool-Aid. It's just
Stop it. Red Kool-Aid's the best.
I know, but it's so just there. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's sweet. It is just there, and everyone knows it. And so, if I'm ranking it, if I'm giving it
Keep it a bean.
Giving it 2 on a push.
I'm giving it a 2.
See, trying to make me seem like I was the asshole. Everybody listen, hey, I'm not the asshole.
Hey, that's why I had you go first. Yeah, but really for that, and I think we may have talked about this before, for the same reasons, man. I just, over a period of time, man, it's just like, it's just not something I want to hear. And I don't know if it's just because it got played so much in the video. I mean, the video was everywhere. And there's no knock on Biggie, no knock on the song. It's just not something that I've just run to. Like, if I'm listening in the car or something like that, I'll probably skip it. Because, I mean, I've heard it enough. So yeah, you're actually 2.5. I'm at 2.
Yeah, I'm giving 5 for the nostalgia, because I will listen to it if it came on like at the bar.
Right.
But I'm not throwing it on.
You got a choice.
Yeah, I'm not throwing it on.
Exactly. Next track, Everyday Struggle. I don't want to live no more. Sometimes I hear death knocking at my front door. This one, actually, I wasn't really a fan of initially, but it grew on me. I give this a 3. I give this a 3.
Well, this is one of my favorite songs on the album.
Really? Okay.
What you don't know, listeners, what you don't know, I took the time to rank the songs on the album from my favorite to least. So, this came in at number 4. So, since it came in at number 4, I'm going to have to, it got to get at least a 3 and a push. Yeah, that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to go 3.5. I'm going to go 3.5.
Okay.
Then
we get into the next track, Me and My Bitch, the song that starts off with the most craziest, probably first bar that you would ever want to hear. First couple of bars that you would ever want to hear on a rap song. I was a bigger fan of the remix. Shout out to the show. And I didn't like this track. You know what, let me go back. I didn't like this track as much as I liked the others. It was one of those things where it's like, I guess the best way I can describe it is the first couple of times I heard it, I liked it, and I really liked it because of, we were so happy to get a Biggie album. But over a period of time, it was just like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. And it just became one of those tracks like that I just didn't want to hear. So Me and My Bitch gets 2.5.
Okay. Now what was the one right before this we did? What was
Everyday Struggle.
Everyday Struggle. What did you get? You got it at a 3?
Yeah, I gave it a 3.
Gave it a 3. So I got to go back. I got to give Juicy a 2 so I could get this at 2.5.
Okay.
Because I like this more than Juicy now.
Okay.
So, yeah. I like the idea of the song. I think a different track would have made it better. And, a little Richard Pryor line at the top. For the people who didn't know that was a Richard Pryor joke,
right.
They thought that he was really wild right there. But I knew it was, so I was just like, I know where he got it from. I'm sure. Exactly. I never thought about it again until somebody else brought it up. I was like, oh yeah, he did. I'm like, but it was, all right, I get it. I know how you people are. But,
heathens.
Yeah, but nah, it's kind of wild. And shout outs down for sampling Pink Cookies by the GOAT.
Gosh, this guy. The next track, Big Papa, very popular track. I mean, it's a 3.5 for me. It's one that, when it comes on, I'm still bobbing my head to it. It's video was cool. Bus was in the video, and the video leads into the Warning video. So I'm giving 3.5.
I have this ranked 11th.
Damn.
Of the 15 songs, still above Juicy. So What'd you give it?
I gave it a 3.5.
I guess I give it a 3.
Okay.
I mean, because it's like Juicy. It's like, man, you couldn't get away from that song.
No, you couldn't. You really
after
couldn't.
It came out. It's just like, man, shut up. But it's probably one of the most quoted, that I quote. Because like if I'm out somewhere and I see some guy buying some wine, I'll be like, oh, he about to creep up from behind or some shit. So anyway, all right,
cheese, eggs, and Welch's grape.
Conversate. Shut up.
You know how many people said conversate? And I used to cringe when people said conversate. Conversate is not a word, people.
And hey, so what happens when you throw the keys to Lil C's?
Crash.
Yeah. Maybe you want to calm down.
Oh, man.
But,
that's
what do I know?
The next track, Respect. And I can't. I don't know who the lady is. Is that Diana King on the hook?
That is.
Look,
you know some things.
Wasn't really a fan of this. The patois,
Oh shit! Listen to you. Look who had the Encyclopedia Britannica in their home.
You know it. And that's the thing, man. It's like it's only a few people in hip hop, I think, at that particular time they could have gotten away with that. Actually, one, Chris Parker.
Come on.
So
but he didn't do it. Biggie didn't do it. She did.
Yeah, you're right.
You just mean that kind of song.
Yeah. So I think this one ain't really that good to me. I say 2.5.
Give it a 2.5.
I don't skip it, but it's not, it ain't heavy.
Right.
My head ain't about to fall off.
Oh man. Your head wasn't up because your neck already knew. When the album came out and I got to that song, I was like, nah, man. It's like, man, if you don't get this shit off my... But as time went on, and I don't know, man, maybe my ears got older. I was like, you know what? This is dope. I got to ring number 6.
Okay.
I got to rate number 6, so I'm giving it a strong 3. I would have given it a 3.25, but I want to get that message.
right.
So I'm giving it a strong 3. I enjoy Respect.
Then the next track, Friend of Mine. I've said on this podcast before, this is my least favorite song on the album. I'm giving it a 1. This is a skip all day for me. I'm just that I get what he was trying to do, but I'm gonna be honest with it, especially for those of you listening saying, I can't believe he gave it a 1.
You don't like that chorus singer.
I don't.
I knew it.
I don't. And you know what? And I've been consistent because I didn't like it in 94, and damn it, I don't like it in 2019. So, hey, it is what it is. It gets a 1 for me. What about you?
Well, it used to be my least favorite song on the album, but that was because, spoiler alert, I always turned off the tape after Unbelievable. Because boy, do I hate this other song. So much that I thought Friend of Mine was my least favorite, only because I would not even listen to the other song. So, for that reason, I am giving this... I wanted to say 1.5, but damn, I wanted to say 2, but I guess I got to go 1.5. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
You know it ain't right.
Right. And then the next track, Unbelievable, produced by the legendary DJ Premier. Hands down favorite track on the album. This gets 5 for me.
This is my favorite Biggie song, period. And ranked number 2 of my favorite songs on the album. Also gets a 5 from me.
Boom. There you go. And then the album closes out with Suicidal Thoughts. I'm not going to cover that.
Does it?
Yeah, it does. And you know, to be honest, man, for a long time, I would not listen to that track.
That's because you're a wuss.
I mean, I just wouldn't. Especially after he died, man. It just felt creepy to listen to it. So I just I just didn't. So we got the numbers. We did that. So we talked about our favorite tracks. We talked about some of the ones that we did.
Whoa, what number did you give it?
Oh, okay. You mean as far as mics?
No, Suicidal Thoughts. What number you give it?
Suicidal Thoughts would get I guess I give it a 2. I guess. I mean, I can listen to it now, but for a long time, that was a skip. I ain't like the way I get it's a dope concept. I mean, he's born, he goes through all this stuff, couldn't believe if he wanted to live, he wanted to die, and he ends up killing himself. But it just over a period of time, and that just it's like you said, some skits, like just after a while they become tiresome. So that was just a skip, and plus it was the end of the album, so I was like, I'm good.
I will say that is another one of the things amongst my friends I quote a lot from that track.
Really?
Like, I went to listen. People who listen to your show, they know me. Come on. Anyway, so sometimes we be chilling, and it might be a woman who's probably I might not find as attractive as another person. I might think that she's not so, you know.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, you know. And so maybe my other friend would say, "Hey, yo, would you wear her over there?" And I'd be like, "I'm sick of talking." Which, if you heard that track,
right.
That's when he kills himself.
Exactly.
So what I am implying is I'd rather kill myself than with her. So I use sick of talking a lot. And only my true friends and people that know that track gets the joke.
That's funny.
Yeah,
That's funny as hell. I'm sick of talking. Oh, that's funny. So yeah, so we went through the tracks. Mm-hmm. So now, if we're scoring it based on the mics, the source microphones, I'm gonna give "Ready to Die," and this may be controversial. But I'm gonna give "Ready to Die" 4 mics.
So slightly better than the Funky Headhunter. Okay.
The Funky Headhunter had 3 mics?
No, I'm kidding. Stop it. Okay, so you said 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it 4 mics.
What would you have given it right after it dropped?
Right after it dropped, I probably would have given it 4.5. I don't think, and I've had this discussion with my close friends and people that I know that know hip hop, and I've often asked them, is this a five mic album? And I don't mean 5 mic as far as like popularity, because this will just, we know some albums that got 5 mics that really shouldn't have got 5 mics.
Shouts to the almighty RSO.
But, the thing is that like when I say 5 mics, and when you're talking about the source and how the source used to be, you're telling me, or I'm telling you, if this is a 5 mic album, I'm saying definitively that this is one of the best albums in the history of this music genre. And I can't say that about Ready to Die. Even back then, like I said, back then I probably give it 4.5. Now today it's 5. And again, for those you listening, keep in mind, there's nothing wrong with it being a 4 mic album. Like, people. Some of the young Thundercats, if you will, like everything's either a classic or it's trash. Like there's no in between. No, you're supposed to have something in between. This album is, I think, a very, very dope ass debut album. It helped solidify the East Coast. It put Biggie on the map. It put Puff on the map. It did a lot of things. Is it a hip hop classic? In the sense of, it being a 5 mic album? No, it's not.
Yeah, that's like saying to Isaiah Thomas, I mean, he ain't magic. It's Isaiah Thomas, though. I mean,
right.
So he shit?
Right.
Okay.
What say you?
Well, when it came out, I would have given it, like, right after I heard it, I probably would have gave it like 4.
Okay.
Now, probably 3.
Okay.
Probably 3.
Any
Probably
reason
3.
why it's gone down for you?
Yeah, because put it like this. This is about as best as I could break it down for you. You want to know about his classic ability, his classicality. I've listened to Ready to Die from front to back literally a handful of times since the year it came out.
Okay.
That was a long time ago. And when I say handful, I mean 5 or less.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I am being 100% honest. I've listened to Paid in Full probably 30 times last year.
Same.
So
I listened to it yesterday.
You see what I'm saying? And I can expertly rhyme 90% of the words on that album without a track. This one, I could give you Unbelievable and the What. I can give you Big Pop and Juicy and some of the other songs. So I don't like it didn't age well. What I am saying is this. It was a modern day classic. It is not a timeless classic.
And there's a difference.
When it came out, it was the hottest thing on the streets. But shit, 2 years after it wasn't hot. I mean, it was like, oh yeah. That's yeah, he killed it on that. Yeah. But I don't really want to hear it. I'll listen to the Wasn't Unbelievable every other day. But I don't need to hear Everyday Struggle on One More Chance. To tell you that, I'll listen to them, but I'm don't throw them on.
Right.
So
you're not gonna get in the car and just say, "Oh, let me put this on."
Nah. And if I'm on shuffle and something other than Unbelievable, the What, maybe Respect, because the beat pumps me up. I'm probably gonna skip it. I'm probably gonna let me see what else is on shuffle.
Right.
Because when I want to listen to it, I don't want to listen to this. And it ain't because he died and I'm sad. It's just I didn't want to listen to it 5 years ago.
Right.
So I mean, it's all about a 3. By the way, our ranking of the songs, your average,
okay,
for the songs is a 3.3.
Ooh.
My average for the songs is a 3.1. People that's listening, take that however y'all want to take.
Oh wow!
So out of 5, if we averaged all our likes of the 15 tracks, it's 3.3 and 3.1.
And so for those of you listening, as you're going along and listening to this podcast, maybe you should score it too and let us know what you came up with.
Yeah.
So maybe I gave him a bump because technically I should be at 3, but I got him at 4. As far as Mike's, one last question before we get out.
You listen. I don't know if I could call it a classic if you lose if Big Papa lost the Grammy to Gangsta's Paradise.
Come on, man. Coolio's the shit.
Okay.
I hate that song too. I hate that song with a passion.
Just saying.
Okay, so this album is very obviously highly revered. How much of that, because again, you were around in 1994, right? how much of that is attributed to the fact that Biggie's no longer here? Because like you and I were talking before we came on air, you know, if you do a list, and we've seen enough of the damn list this year, but Biggie always ends up in somebody's top 10,
top 5 dead or alive to everybody.
5, you know, top 3, you know, he might be number 1. So is it because, and keep in mind, folks, he had a very short run, right? I mean, through no fault of his own. I mean, but
when you say,
see, look at you, stop it.
Okay.
so he came out in 94.
He did say himself, he wasn't talking about himself, but he did say your ring on the top was short like that. All right, I'm done. All right, go ahead. All right, I'm done.
Eclectic.
All right, I'm done. Go ahead.
But yeah, so is it because, I guess what I'm asking is it so revered? And I've said this about Tupac as well. Is it revered as much because they're no longer here? Because clearly we were here and we love this album, but we just don't love it as much, I guess.
No, I'm gonna tell you why I don't. I get how people could think that. I think 2 things. I think that it's not necessarily because he's no longer here. I think it's because the most vocal of the people were just at the age of getting into hip hop when he was blowing up. And at that time, he was the Fat Jordan of rap.
Fat Jordan. It's stupid.
His fat ass was everywhere. That motherfucker did a song with Michael Jackson.
Oh, that's funny. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Stupid.
He did a song with Michael Jackson. He was on R&B features, remixes.
He was everywhere. He had a great run. I mean, he was like Terrell Davis.
What I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, hey, 2 Super Bowls and now I get it. I see what you did.
You see?
So if you are just getting introduced to hip hop in that era, this is why people will argue you down about Kobe, because they weren't alive when Jordan was Jordan. By the time they was checking out Jordan, he was playing for the Wizards. And they're like, this is what I'm about. Right. I'm this like, guy? He's 72. And he still gave you 30, though. But anyway. So if they just coming up then, and that's what they see, they're like, nah. And then he dies? Yeah. They're like, yeah, he has to be the best. He didn't even get a chance to. He was. So that's why I say no. The second thing is, I think had he stayed alive, he would have lived long enough for people to call him whack. He would have lived long enough for either people to call him whack, for him to not even rap. He would have pulled a Cube. He would have been acting and doing some other shit. Or they just be like, man, you don't get your old fat ass out of here. I ain't fucking with you no more. Because the longer you stay around, the quicker they get tired of you. So it's like,
so true.
Unfortunately, that's how it is in rap circles. And again, the only genre, man, if you don't go ahead and retire, bye, Nikki. Damn.
Yeah, that is the only genre of music that will tell you that you're too old to do it. Meanwhile, the Rolling Stones are 85 years old and Mick Jagger's still out there strutting.
12 farewell tours.
Yeah.
Shit. I mean, and it's just ain't nobody told Patti LaBelle to sit down yet.
Nope.
They cried when Aretha died.
Oh.
And she ain't made an album in 44 years.
Hey, and watched her 8-hour funeral.
Right. But shit, boy, you got a weak Nipsey, and and niggas didn't even fuck with him until he died.
Yeah, it was a lot of people that didn't really.
I hate these fake people. Like, I'm like, shut up. You ain't even used nip. You ain't even have cheese nips. I hate this culture. So yeah. Because he died, yeah, that has something to do with it. But if you would live long enough, they would have got him out of here. They wouldn't fuck with Pac. They were like, man, if you don't get your poetic justice ass on somewhere.
You're loud ass. You always loud, making noise, doing something.
Yeah. They would have tried to come up with a Kaepernick anthem. They were like, man, shut up. You don't take your 60-year-old go rap with JC. So, but when it dropped, people loved it. But again, I think a lot of them that might have been their first CD they ever bought. Yeah. And then put it like this. If your first ever NBA game was in 95, 96 to go see the Bulls your favorite team, and George your favorite player, and then they won back to back. You're like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, if your first NBA game was the Lakers when Kobe was winning, you're probably like, yeah. And then they're like, but what about the Bulls? Well, I don't know nothing about them. They're fucking. So, it's some people right now is gonna Golden State.
Right.
They won way more games in the season than that bullshit old ass team you be talking about.
Right.
Okay, because that's the equivalent of, I'm like, nah, Rakim. They're like, how many Grammys he got?
how many number one singles does he have?
None. Then he ain't shit. Oh.
How many albums did Paid in Full sell for?
Right. That's the equivalent of how many rings he got.
Right.
Like, none. But that don't, because like you said about Pharrell Davis, we can go on down the line, but then you bring up Barry Sanders. How many rings he got? None. Then he ain't shit. Okay, if you want me to believe that, all right. Now this is when the conversation's over.
Yeah, the conversation's definitely over, because at that point I can't talk to you. And you make a good point, man. It's just it's. And I don't want anybody listening to think like we're shitting on the album, because we like this album, but it's if you ask a lot of people, it's held in a lot of high regard, and I'm not saying that it shouldn't be. I don't hold it as high as a lot of people that I see online talking about it, and there's no knock on Big, because Big is one of my favorite MCs, but his run was very short. So when you start talking about and I hate to throw around the word legacy, because they throw this album in, but then what does the legacy look like when E just broke it down? If you take 15 from this album and you take 15 from the next album, which he didn't get a chance to see or promote, the next album beats it, and it's not as loved as, Ready to Die. But I've seen Biggie fans be split right down the middle as far as Ready to Die and Life After. And I think they're two different albums, really.
Yeah, and he didn't put enough product out for it to be a real debate. Like, you can understand people being born and introduced to Jay-Z at different times. So you're going to have your people that's going to be like, nigga, Hard Knock Life. Then you're going to have your Blueprint people. Mm-hmm. And then you might have your Dynasty people. And you are always going to have your Reasonable Doubt people. Right. It's like, yeah, because we can have that dialogue. But because I don't like Reasonable Doubt nearly as much as I used to.
I love it.
I almost liken it to this. When I thought about it, I'm like, I think it's still my favorite album is, and then Blueprint, but it ain't what I thought it was. If I go through the album, the songs like now, that'd be another good one to do. But it's just like, man, your favorites ain't got. I mean, your father's eventually gonna get old, and you just ain't go look at him. Like the big invincible can do anything dude that you did when you was 5. You eventually gonna look like, damn, oh man, He getting up out that chair a little slower. That's my man, though. And so,
My kids say that about me now?
Oh, yeah, they said that about you 10 years ago.
They probably think they could take me, too.
Oh, Dion, like, man, wish you would say something. Wish you would say I had an ass bowl of cornflakes.
Oh, that's funny. That is hilarious.
Skylar, like, word, all right.
They probably do say that, too, when I ain't around.
As soon as I'm done with these cartoons, it's your ass.
It's your ass. I'm on your asshole, man.
Yeah. But so it's like Rated R is like, damn, it was. Don't let nostalgia make your classics classic. That just makes them your favorites. That don't make them necessarily the best. That just means you like them the best.
Couldn't have said it better. Couldn't have said it better.
But the last thing I'm going to say,
Go ahead.
even though you didn't ask me, I like to tell you stuff you don't ask me.
Go ahead.
And not shitting on Rated R because I like Rated R, you know. Probably top 10, definitely top 15 hip-hop album covers of all time.
Dope-ass album cover.
Even though niggas been off of shit. It is my top three Bad Boy hip hop albums. It is not my favorite Bad Boy hip hop album. And it is in my top 5 Bad Boy album, period. Rated to Die.
His favorite is Mace, Harlem World.
That's not in the top 5. My favorite Bad Boy hip hop. Was it Child of the Ghetto? My favorite hip hop Bad Boy album is Life Story by Black Rob.
I knew you were gonna say that.
That is.
I knew you were gonna say. I think you said that before. Yeah,
album
that's
is
a dope ass
that
album.
album is incredible. So yeah, and I'm one of the few people who really like Project Funk the World.
Hey, you know what's fun? You know what? I'll tell you that off here. Man, before we get out of here, man, people where they can catch you at, where they can catch the podcast, where they can catch you on the social media platforms.
Let's just do this. At I am eclectic, because at eclectic got suspended because I'm dangerous. At I am eclectic. ECLECTIK. Eclectic Discussion Podcast. Put that in your Apple machines. Go to your SoundCloud and Stitcher, wherever the hell else. You just get the feed. You can get it anywhere. Encyclopedia Hip Hop Podcast. EHH in some circles. You can also catch some clips on the YouTube. There's a eclectic or eclectic relaxation somewhere on the YouTube, and you can follow on the Encyclopedia Hip Hop Instagram page too. There's some stuff. So Twitter, same thing. Encyclopedia Hip Hop is on there. At one gotta go if you wanna play some games. But I'm as a great wise man named Blastmaster once said, I can be everywhere and nowhere at once.
Well, folks, you know where to find me, man. As always, I want to thank each and every one of you for checking out the latest edition of the 12 Kyle podcast. So for my man E, I'm your boy 12 Kyle. We'll catch you guys next time. 5Gs. Cheer.
If you work in university maintenance, Grainger considers you an MVP because your playbook ensures your arena is always ready for tip-off. And Grainger is your trusted partner, offering the products you need all in one place, from HVAC and plumbing supplies to lighting and more, and all delivered with plenty of time left on the clock, so your team always gets the win. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, visit Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Today's tip from the injury law firm Greenberg and Betterman. Too many pedestrians lose themselves in their phones and have accidents when they walk. So don't do it. Greenberg and Betterman is here to help you. Contact gblawyers.com, that's gblawyers.com, and feel better.